Hey everybody, it's Eric with Eric's Garage AZ coming at you from Barrett-Jackson, and I've got Byron with Creative Concepts here. He's all the way down from Saskatchewan, Canada, so the weather's a little bit nicer down here.
It is a whole lot nicer, not a little bit, a whole lot.
Yeah. So we've got a beautiful car here. His company is the builder of this car. We're at Barrett-Jackson. It's going to go up for auction here when?
I'm going to say about 8 o'clock tonight.
About 8 o'clock tonight? All right, cool. So Byron, tell us a little bit about the car.
Sure.
What you like about it, what you did with it, start to finish kind of a thing.
Car started out as a 70 Roadrunner. We used an Art Morrison Max G chassis underneath it, Willwood big brakes. It's got an all aluminum 572 Nelson Racing Hemi, twin turboed, water to air intercooled, overdrive transmission, air conditioning. So it's fun driver.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now you wouldn't call this a daily driver.
Not a daily driver. It is a drivable car. You'd want to have shares in Exxon Mobil or somebody, you know, fuel sponsor. It definitely uses fuel. So.
That's pretty cool. So now tell me about it's like really clean in here in the engine bay, and you mentioned the specific type of engine it has in it. What's the name of the engine manufacturer again?
Nelson Racing Engines.
Nelson Racing Engines. Okay.
Out of California.
All right, cool. So what kind of horsepower does he push in?
Okay, so it'll make 1600 horse on race gas. We've got to dumb down a little bit for the street. So right now set on pump gas, it'll make about 1377.
Pump gas, 1377.
Correct.
Now I see turbocharger in there.
Yes.
Is there one or two?
There's two.
Two twin turbos?
Twin turbos.
Okay, is it automatic or stick?
It is a 4-speed GM 4L80E automatic.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys taken up speed? Or
yeah, I haven't really tapped it out, but we've taken up speed. I've got about 600 test miles on it. Really? You know, tried it in traffic. We're more concerned about overheating. We know it performs, right. So we wanted to make sure we had brakes and things like that in, you know, in traffic. So
cool.
No, it's worked well.
Good.
Yeah.
Is there anything special about this outside of this engine? Absolutely phenomenal that you want to share with our viewers?
I think it's unique. It's got there's no fiberglass parts on the car, so it's a hand fabricated rear window plug. We fabricated the rear wing out of aluminum from scratch. It does have an original 70 Superbird nose cone on it. Other than that, all the floors, inner wheel wells, all the engine bay, firewall, all that stuff's all hand fabricated. So there's lots of hours of hand fabricated sheet metal in the car.
All right, so about how many hours have you built it?
Oh, I would say about 2,000.
About 2,000 hours?
Yeah.
Now it's going to auction this evening. What kind of price point are you hoping to hit?
Oh man, we want $1 million, right? But I gotta think it's got to bring at least 300 because you couldn't build it for that. So yeah, for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really appreciate the opportunity to interview you on this car. It's absolutely gorgeous car. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate taking the time.
All right. Let's say goodbye here.
See you later.
Eric's Garage AZ Land is drive like a stole, bitches. This is one car that you can drive like a stole. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be interviewed here. We love it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
See you again.
All right, you bet. Thanks. Hey everybody, it's Eric with Eric's Garage AZ coming at you, and I've got Peter here with a beautiful red Mustang Fastback, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the car. But first of all, I really want to thank you so much for the opportunity to be interviewed in this car. This is in what's called the Salon Collection, right?
Right.
Why is it in the Salon Collection? There's a lot of other cars out there that makes it a Salon collectible car.
It's one of 757 Boss 429s. It has 4,590 original miles. It has a concourse restoration, so it has some pedigree. It's a numbers matching car, and it's in mint condition. So.
Now, did you purchase this car in similar condition, or did you have to do restoration yourself? Because I mentioned off camera, this is what your passion is about, is restoring cars. What kind of condition was it in when you first purchased it?
It was in fairly good condition. I had to bring it back to the concourse level. Because the car sat in museums for a long time, we pulled the engine and we had to reseal it. It only had 7 miles on it since its restoration in 2000.
Really? So it gets trailered everywhere it goes or whatnot, right? Of course, we have to. So
Yeah, I used it myself for 5 years. I basically trailered it to shows. I raised money with our local club for charities.
That's pretty cool. All right, super. So now, a lot of people, they know concourse, but they don't really know what that means. I know it's like the creme de la creme, but what does concourse mean when it comes to restoring a car? What do you have to do to it?
This car was restored using original parts. So things like belts and hoses and shocks and even rims and tires. Whoever restored this car, well, I know who he is, Rich West, went to a lot of trouble and expense to find original parts to bring this car back to original.
Alright, so we're going to take a look at this car here. So, like the interior, back in the day, they didn't have leather. Is this the vinyl seating that they had back in the day?
Correct, yeah. That's original vinyl seats.
And I see a 4-speed shifter there.
Yeah. Standard on all bosses.
Okay, very good. Look at this. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous paint here. And this is original candy apple red, right?
Correct.
Now, what was the material that paint was made of in 1969?
Right.
What was the material made of?
I think it's lacquer. I'm not sure. I'm not a paint specialist.
Alright, cool. So they lacquer it. Did anybody do actual? I mean, do you have an actual paint shop, or did you do the work yourself?
I don't do the work myself. These are high-end cars, so you know, you need a good job done on this. You don't want an amateur job on a car like this.
Okay. All right. So look at this car, folks. I mean. The lines of this car are just absolutely gorgeous. It's all original, restored interior. The gauges, all analog gauges, old school Mustang steering wheel with the wood grain.
So,
anything else about this car that kind of sticks out?
Well, before we reinstalled the engine, we dynoed it, and it dynoed amazingly at 470 horsepower and 500 foot-pounds of torque.
This is the original engine.
Correct.
You guys resealed it. You didn't stroke it or bore it or nothing like that.
Nothing like that. So it has a lot of power. 470 horsepower, 509 foot-pounds of torque at 5,000 RPM.
Dang, this gets out of the way pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. This was the muscle car back in the day, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
And everyone else tried to compete with. When the Boss 429 came out, it was the Mac Daddy of all muscle cars, wasn't it?
Yeah. This car will do amazing second gear burnouts.
Will it really? You've done that before?
I have.
Now, is this a fun car to drive?
You know, I haven't driven it a lot, so I can't really say. Because of the low mileage, I don't want to rack up the miles on it.
So before you restored it, though, you drive it all and... No, okay. We're in a concourse section here. And take a look at this engine. And if you see how clean this engine is, Boss 429. Now you said everything on this is original, so a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of research, a lot of expense. Are there particular resources that you go to that have the stuff readily available, or do you have to source it out all over the world?
Well, I usually have a network of friends that I've developed through the car, you know, through my car clubs and car shows that I go to, and you know, I use eBay. eBay's a good source. Boss302.com website, yeah, that's basically where there's people that have these things in their garage, you know, and they store them and they hoard them.
This is beautiful. So I have to ask you, it's going up for auction today, right? What time today is it going across the block?
About 7 o'clock.
About 7 o'clock. What's your hoping price?
Hoping between 275 and 3.
Is there a reserve in it? No reserve.
No reserve.
No reserve. So what it goes for, it goes for.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're hoping to make a profit on it.
Well, I'm just here for, it's one of my bucket list items.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's my first time selling a car. So,
seriously?
Yeah.
Good for you. That's cool. I'll tell you what, first time selling a car, this is the car you're selling, man.
Yeah, I thought it's the right car for this auction.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What do they say? Barrett-Jackson is your massive horsepower, right? 500 horsepower, 400 and some horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque, thereabouts, is a lot.
Yeah, you know, this is the biggest auction in the world. The biggest, the best. Most people are going to be looking at your car, so.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really appreciate it. The fans of X Garage's YouTube channel really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's been a sincere pleasure. We're going to sign out real quick here. All right, folks, you saw the car. This car is absolutely a dream come true. Anybody who's a Boss 429 collector, you need to come down here to Barrett-Jackson today to bid in this car, to make this car worth a whole lot of money. In the meantime, what we say in Eric's Garage Z-Land is drive it like you stole it, bitches. And I'll tell you, this is one car you can certainly drive like crazy, man. Thank you so much for your time and energy. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.